Before we begin that beautiful story about the eyes that speak, I would like to shortly tell you what happened that led me to create my very first art doll. I always knew that my life will be somehow connected with the arts. And then in 2012, I experienced a sudden spiritual awakening, aha moment, when I spot the difference between inner voice of mind and heart. From 2012, my spiritual inner growth began slowly but steady. For many years after that, I tried to find my own uniqueness within the vast fields of art. I tried to experience myself in many different forms, but nothing seemed to work. And one day I gave up. After many years of searching of myself, I gave up. I remember very well that day when I experienced my body as a cage that holding something invisible inside that wanted to be born through me, through my hands, that new energy. And there's the thing, I didn't know, what is it? I knew that is art, something wants to be born, but I don't know what. And I feel that energy inside me, and my body not allowed to go through because of blindness. I can't see what is it. I screamed out my frustration and inner pain, asking to the universe, show me. Just please show me what is it. I literally screamed it out. I cried because of the painful inner frustration I felt within my own cage. It was really painful, not physically, emotionally. The pain was deep within me. For a few weeks, I didn't allow myself even think about any kind of art. I was waiting for the answer. Then after a few weeks of total silence, a voiceless voice within me invited to create my very first ball-jointed doll and to follow my intuition as my only guidance, without explaining any purpose behind this work. It came later. So I began creating these dolls from 0 point, from pure nothingness, by listening only to my feelings and intuition. And today, I would like to share with you the story, the beautiful story of eyes that speak. The path always unfolds in its own way when divine timing comes. We all know that human eyes are open portals to the inner field. They speak long before the first sound leaves the lips. In any way, they speak in silence. So I ask myself, what kind of eyes do I want to create? I imagine holding doll in my hands and looking straight into her eyes. My intention became clear. I want to create eyes that speak. But there is the thing, I didn't know how. After many years of creating, I've learned one very important lesson. It is me who creates the intention. And it is my soul that leads me towards its fulfillment. I don't need to know how before I set an intention. I asked consciousness how, month after I set the intention. How can doll eyes speak? Literally, how? I understand human eyes. They are alive, they carry emotion, soul, and light. But doll eyes, they are made by hands, they are not real. At least that's what I thought at the time. It mirrors you, your inner state. That was the only answer I received. The mirror. It made perfect sense to me, even though I couldn't explain it in words. Maybe some things are not meant to be explained, only experienced. I will leave it for you to discover firsthand. For this kind of eyes, I knew I needed the best of the best of the best materials, not only of high quality, but of high energy, because it's the energy that matters most. With enormous excitement, I began my research of materials. I would scan each of them through the filter of my feelings, and at the same time, I would listen to my intuition. And that's how the process of creation began. My mind was saying, buy these pastels, they are cheaper, they have more colors, it's more practical, don't waste your time. But my heart whispered, you don't need so many colors for the eyes. How do you feel when you look to these ones? I followed my intuition. I bought just a few used pastels for enormous price. And when they arrived, I discovered they are very pure pigment. Exactly what I had been searching for. Perfect synchronicity. I found a polyurethane resin, the kind used by opticians, and a special coating gel that received all the way from Japan. It made the eyes scratch resistant and gave them a wet, lifelike appearance. After several unsuccessful attempts to paint the eyes that speak, I asked again, how? Look into the eyes of child and paint what you see. Consciousness replied. Following this advice, I began studying children's portraits, focusing on close-ups of their eyes. I was searching for colors, for patterns, for something beyond just realism. At first, I thought I needed to paint the eyes as realistic as possible, but then I realized realistic eyes didn't fit the inspiration for my first thought. I wanted eyes that speak, but not necessarily realistic. As I analyzed picture by picture, consciousness asked me, what are you looking for? For eyes that speak, I answered. How would you like them to speak? In a pure language, I said. Whose eyes speak in a pure language? And then it came to me. It's the baby eyes that speak in pure language, honest, full of wonder, unconditionally pure. It couldn't be more pure than that. So I realized what I was looking for is beyond the surface. It wasn't in realism, nor in colors, techniques, or textures. It was within the reach of experience, within presence itself. I understood that I had to paint eyes like a child, pure and present, to become an open portal for the soul to come through and mirror itself. If you ever hold an Eringa doll in your hands, see it through the eyes of your soul. Touch it with your fingertips and take it all in. Feel it. What does it feel like deep within?